What the fuck have you guys done? We open with them showing us that their cavalry is on the front line? What the fuck? Why? Do you know what a cavalry is for? Where the fuck did Melisandre come from? She emerged from the fucking enemy territory? What the fuck? Weren't you supposed to be in Volantis? The fuck are you here? Why don't you have bonfires across the fucking battlefield? Why haven't you lit them already? Your enemy is literally fucking allergic to fire. Why aren't your defenses literally fucking stacked? You have literal thousands of men. Make some goddamn 10-foot trenches. Fuck it, make a moat. Make something more than a collection of sticks that amounts to fuck all. So she can actually activate fire at a distance at will. Because there's a lot of fucking uses I can imagine for that shit. And so the Dothraki charge. Wait, what? You're sending your entire cavalry, which looks to be in the fucking thousands, into a pitch black zombie-infested abyss. Fucking miles away from any goddamn support. What the hell are you doing? You should be using them to flank later once the dead have actually engaged. This is a fucking cavalry. You're firing trebuchets now as well? Isn't this more reason to not send your fucking cavalry? Wait, why the fuck aren't your trebuchets behind the castle walls, or at the very least behind the front fucking lines? Did the Dothraki honestly fucking agree to be slaughtered as an opening suicidal wave? Are you kidding? Just because they fight in open fields on horseback does not mean they are well suited to blindly walk into an army of thousands. This move would have provided more soldiers for the undead army than it would have taken, assuming the entire fucking cavalry is dead. Oh! They are! The entire fucking cavalry is dead. Rip the Dothraki faction, I guess. Their visit to Westeros may have been unprecedented, but it's also fucking over because nobody here has any clue what they're fucking doing. I guess it was worth it for the fucking visual, right? And now, let's take a look back at the front line. What do we see? Are you taking the fucking piss? Your first line of defense are fucking trebuchets, and you're not even firing them. You're supposed to protect these things, you fucking retards. You literally fired them about 2 times each. 2 fucking times, and now they're worthless. Fuck you. What the fuck? The army of the dead have arrived and are now washing over people? How is that even logistically a thing? How do you create a tidal wave of people? You would just fall the fuck over and stop. What the fuck? Yeah, I guess that's the thing now, which means the good guys are just straight up dead. A literal fucking tidal wave of undead are washing over them. I guess it was worth it for the fucking visual, right? Jaime, Tormund, Sam, Ed, and Brienne, they're all on the front fucking line. They're dead. A swarm of bodies are on top of them. They're dead. They're fucking dead. Fuck you, show. Oh, look, Brienne now has 9 of them on her. She's definitely dead. There's literally just 1 for each part of her body. She's so dead. Oh, Jaime killed 1 and now they're all gone. What the fuck? Suddenly dragonfire to light up the whole fucking field? Why the fuck didn't you open with that, you dumb cunts? Your cavalry would have appreciated it, wouldn't they? They would actually have been able to fucking see if you had opened with dragonfire. Ugh, Jesus Christ. All you fucking need is Jon sitting on the Godswood to cover Bran while Dany obliterates the entire fucking army, for fuck's sake. What the fuck? Jon is doing it with you guys as well. If you guys are gonna do it, then do it. Light the entire fucking army up. Just don't do 2 lines and then fuck off. What the, look at this. 1 fucking line of fire does that. That's like 200 fucking zombies dead right there. But no, you just fuck off to attack the White Walkers, which fuck me. Are we not concerned about the ice spears that they throw anymore? Are we just happy to full frontal assault them? You know that armor for the dragon might have been a good idea considering the spears, right? Ah, fuck it. Apparently it's been decided off screen that this is a viable idea, so I have to ask, why didn't you go for the back line of zombies as an actual plan in the fucking first place? We already know that the White Walkers like to stay behind. We also know that you kill a shit ton of whites if you kill one of them. Oh, what the fuck? A blizzard is coming in now to defend the White Walkers. Why the fuck didn't they open with that like they did in Hardhome? Are you morons? Have the blizzard cover the entire place before you send your guys in. How the fuck is everyone so stupid? Oh, and as a result, Daenerys can't burn the army anymore because she can't see now. Why the fuck does it matter? Tell the dragons to go on fucking autopilot and destroy everything related to the dead anyway, for fuck's sake. The line that is created with the trenches being lit is arguably worse than the line that's created from one dragonfire shot in general. Oh, Jaime has a white, suddenly jump on him. Oh, Tormund has a white, suddenly jump on him. Oh, Sam as well. I guess they're all done for. Oh wait, it was a fake out. Sam is fine. He was saved by Ed, and then Ed dies. Awesome. And Sam wilts in terror. Cool. I hate it. Oh, and we just cut away? That's it? We just cut away. What about all the other characters who are dying for the third time? What the fuck ever happened, right? So now everyone is retreating, and as a result, the entire fucking Unsullied army sacrifice themselves to ensure the retreat succeeds. Yes, the Dothraki and the Unsullied are almost wiped from the show because they were either sacrificed for no fucking reason or died trying to save those who were recovering from being sacrificed. What fucking wobbly dildo wrote this bullshit? It is so fucking hard to understand the stakes in this nightmare of an episode. At one point, they flooded the front line, and now we're calling a retreat when there's barely any zombies around. And once they call a retreat, the undead are absolutely flooding the shots again. What the fuck is going on? Make up your mind, for fuck's sake. So, instead of telling his Unsullied to retreat, and once they are mostly through, Grey Worm could close the trench trap, he just fucking closes it and dooms the remaining hundreds of his men to guaranteed death. Well fucking played. More soldiers for the undead army, I suppose. What was the point of having everyone outside the castle in the first fucking place if you're gonna retreat immediately, you fuck numpties? Also, as a result of the blizzard, which Jon was fully aware of as an ability of theirs, Daenerys cannot light the trench with her dragon. All she needs to do is get to the ground to be able to see what's happening. Fucking perch yourself on the castle if you have to, instead of being fucking useless up there. Secondly, Jon is actually sitting next to the Godswood. Just have him fucking do it. Just signal Jon to go do it. He has a fucking dragon too. He's right over there. God fucking damn it. Like, look at this shit. He's literally right next to the trench once it's lit. Like, he could have done it from there. Fuck off. So then we get this hilarious set of shots where everyone is trying to light a fire, but every time they do, the fires die out or they get tackled by a random fucking zombie. Because of the way they shoot it and all the shaky cam, we have no idea how many there are or where they are. All they needed to do was have the trench soaked in oil or fuck anything flammable so that they have a backup plan in case the dragons can't do it. Because fuck me, just dropping a torch into that thing ain't gonna cut it for a while in this weather. I would like to remind you that this defense was planned by people like Varys, Tyrion, Jaime, Jorah, and the fucking Hound. What fucking nonsense. Then they decide that Melisandre can do it. She is a fire witch, I guess, so why the fuck not? She just agrees and slowly as fuck walks to her goal. I am not kidding, she may as well be crawling her way to the target, despite the fact that everyone is dying the longer she takes to get there. I also like the fact that she can apparently set Arrax on fire whether or not she is touching them individually, but she couldn't hold a fucking twig inside the castle and light up all of the wood at range because her powers make complete sense. But yeah, she actually manages to pull it off, and magically the entire trench lights up. What exactly are the limits of her fucking powers? Jesus Christ. The important thing is this does work. The zombies are stopped dead in their tracks, and it makes you wonder why the fuck they didn't have a bonfire perimeter that their entire army could sit the fuck behind to begin with, you wankers. Then we see Bran decides to fuck off into a bunch of crows so that he can actually say hello to the Night King. Not sure what the fuck Bran is doing here, but I'm sure it'll be explained. Back to the trench, and guess what? 5 minutes fucking later, the zombies decide it's probably worth moving again. So 5 zombies, count them, 5 fucking zombies out of the hundreds of thousands fall onto the trench, and it's fucking broken. They just pour right through it and continue the assault again. What the fuck was the point of this kind of defense? What worthless bullshit. Fire is only useful for as long as the zombie doesn't fall onto it. Are you kidding me? I thought the whole point was that fire is their counter, but as long as they die to it, it no longer works. Look at that shit. 3 fucking bodies and the fire's just stopping already. Fuck you. Why did they just stand there like fucking lemons for that 5 minutes anyway? Why wouldn't they just do this immediately? Well, my take would be that it's because they've forgotten, created, or combined rules all over the place this episode. These things were supposed to set on fire immediately when in contact with fire. We've seen it again and again. But when the story needs them to put out a fire, not only is that suddenly possible, but they also do it consistently with about 3 to 5 bodies. Where is the wave of zombies gone? Wouldn't it make way more sense as a way for them to get over this thing? Or is that dependent on the plot too? Fuck off. As a result of this, the zombies begin to assault the castle walls, and there's no defense beyond a few arrows and striking them with swords when they come over the sides. They don't use any projectiles through matriculations, no fire, no oil, they'll know anything, and so the zombies manage to simply overrun the walls. I want to specify, by the way, having a drone-like force siege your castle in one way is like a fucking dream. They are so vulnerable to so many standard medieval defenses that we almost see none of them in this episode in order to make this shit happen. And the ones that we do see executed are executed horrifically. Jamie then gets covered in like 7 zombies and he's surely dead, but just like Brienne in the opening, he's saved because one of the zombies is stabbed and it's fine. Sam then gets covered in like 4 zombies and he's surely dead, but just like Sam in the opening, he's saved because one of the zombies is stabbed and it's fine. Though this random guy forgot there was an enormous horde of zombies attacking the castle for some fucking reason, and so now he's dead. Arya then jumps over a whole pack of zombies and is rammed into a stone wall head first, so she's surely dead, but she just runs off and is fine. So then the tiny Mormont girl is picked up by the giant and he crushes her to death. That's fine, makes sense. You don't run head first into a zombie giant and expect to live, but then, for some fucking reason, the giant pulls her right up to his eye and she just stabs it, meaning the zombie giant just fucking dies. Great fucking job, you mongoloidic bum cheese. Next time, don't fucking do that and maybe you will live for more than 5 seconds. So then the fucking Night King openly attacks Jon and Daenerys at the same time on his dragon. This entire fucking plan was based on the fact that the Night King needed to be baited out so that they could ambush him, and he literally just openly attacks them both head on. What the fuck is he doing? And fucking then, all of a sudden we switch fucking TV shows and start watching a random episode of The Walking Dead. Like, I am not kidding, we get this Metal Gear Solid The Last of Us scene out of fucking nowhere. Arya is playing a stealth game in the library with a handful of zombies and they try to play it as a horror movie. They double this up as the Hound and Beric are slowly moving through the halls of Winterfell as well. Motherfucker, Arya killed 10 of them in a row 5 seconds ago. What the fuck would she be afraid of when just one of them is there, when she has a Valyrian dagger and a dragonglass knife to boot? And for that matter, what the fuck are the zombies doing here, randomly brushing their hands past books? There's a fully fledged fucking castle siege happening. We saw thousands washing into the courtyard, and what, 5 zombies wanted to go read a fucking book? Fuck off. You can't switch from rabid monster zombies to slow-moving horror movie zombies to rabid monster zombies again on a dime during a fucking open siege. This stinks of a director that wanted to make this scene whether or not it fit into this fucking episode whatsoever. So then Arya is attacked and surrounded by zombies, but it's fine because Beric just throws his sword at one of them while failing to pick it back up, resulting in him dying. But then again, the plot armor is so fucking thick in this episode, it takes way more than 1 stab to kill Beric. More than 2, more than 3, more than 4, more than 5, more than 6. I'm so done. They make like 8 squelchy noises and he just keeps getting fucking stabbed. Armor is fucking worthless in this goddamn show. Why the fuck do any of you wear it? Though it is pretty amusing to watch Beric die in front of a woman that can actually save him and she just doesn't. Like, she could just do the fucking spell or whatever it is that the other guy used to do. She just doesn't. Just let him die, it's fine. So Arya and the Hound hold up in what seems to be the end of the line. They barricade a door and the zombies can't get through because wood can be a bitch like that to the undead. Only Melisandre tells Arya that she will shut blue eyes as well as brown and green, and that she should say, "Not today," when it comes to the god of death. And so we're all expecting her to fight the fucking zombies as they eventually come through, but no. Arya just walks off in a direction, leaving the Hound and Melisandre to the horde. What the fuck are you doing? Where the fuck are you going, woman? Is there even an exit that way? Is the Hound now dead as a result of this? Can he go too? Could you at least tell the Hound that you're going to abandon him despite him saving your life, you miserable twat? There's supposed to be a fucking horde washing over this castle and they blocked the door, but all the windows in this fucking room are clear? What the fuck? So then the dead finally arrive at the Godswood and begin to charge at the Ironborn, and we are shown this. That's about 14 zombies in that one frame. They are about 1 meter away from the target, and we're supposed to believe that the Ironborn survived this just because you cut away from it a second later. Why the fuck are you so comfortable with continuously insulting our intelligence to bait the deaths of everyone again and again just to keep bringing us to a theoretical emotional high and to double fucking dip a second scene later? Fuck you. Treat the fucking script with respect and maybe you wouldn't have to have plot armor so thick that 1,000 fucking zombies swarming some dudes does bugger all. Like, seriously, we cut back to them at one point and they're just fine. There's barely any zombies they even have time to look up. Fuck you. So the last we saw of the Night King, he was fighting with Jon and Daenerys, but now he's back on his own, and one blast from his dragon obliterates a huge portion of Winterfell. Just like that. He can just fucking do that. Why the fuck didn't you open with that, you frosty fuckstick? And for anyone saying, well, he didn't do it earlier to avoid being killed by the other dragons. He's literally attacked by a dragon a second later, so clearly he didn't care about that. But who the fuck cares anyway? He's now blown a massive hole in the side of the castle. They are completely fucked. I actually kind of love the idea that Bran was going to bait him out in the Godswood, and the Night King could have done a flyby this whole time and just annihilated anyone in there. But no, the Night King isn't exactly the clever dude we've come to know. More on that in a moment. He then gets pushed off his dragon by Drogon and survives the fall to the ground somehow. And Jon's dragon, Rhaegal, is just out of the game. He's not dead or anything, he just ditches Jon and is gone for the episode. Awesome. In the courtyard, we have like a handful of people fighting a handful of zombies, even though there were literal hundreds of thousands of zombies and they have a gaping doorway at the front to come in on. Like, we saw hundreds pouring through. That's on top of the fact that a giant hole was ripped into the side of the castle. Just a fucking great way to establish the stakes here. I have no idea who's in danger and who's not, and I have no idea what resources anyone has. So then Jorah looks up and he hears a dragon make a noise. This is just something that happens. He just hears a noise. He looks up, he looks forward, he hears a noise. That's going to be relevant later. Daenerys tries to kill the Night King with Dragonfire, and it does bugger all. Dragonglass can kill him, as well as Valyrian Steel, because they are forged with Dragonfire, but Dragonfire doesn't do shit to him, so yeah, that makes sense. But to avoid a spear throw, the only spear the Night King has, mind you, she flies the fuck away completely. I don't know why she didn't dodge the spear and then return to fucking eat the Night King immediately with the dragon, since that would probably fucking work, but fuck it. Jon then sprints towards the Night King, but doesn't make it to him in time. How the fuck does someone who is sprinting towards a guy who's strolling about 20 meters away at most end up creating more distance between them? Fucking whatever. Either way, he takes so long that the Night King manages to actually raise the dead, but of course this raises the dead all over Winterfell, and our main characters are just staring at it with shock for some reason. They aren't running or hiding or even killing the things as they rise, they just look on in shock at the army of the dead gaining more army via dead people. What a shock that is. Did Jon not tell them about this? And I want to stress that Grey Worm, Sam, Tormund, Brienne, Pod, Gendry, Jaime, and pretty much everyone else is utterly surrounded by the dead. Hundreds around them. They are absolutely screwed, right? Lol, no. So then we see Jon is essentially covered in 1,000 zombies, all sides of him. He's just covered, and he's certainly dead. Nobody's making it out of that. But before more plot armor complaints can come in, they cut the scene. So yeah, I'm sure he's fine, isn't he? Because that's how that works. The funny thing is that Dany should be with him here right now, but she buggered off to the space between realms until she is teleported back once he's managed to get himself out of this moment magically. Again, resources and stakes just keep rising and falling all over the place in this episode. Nothing is consistent. Oh, and the dead that were in the crypt, wake up. Because nobody realized that there were dead people in the fucking crypt. The crypt. And what's more is they burst through literal stone tombs with their bony hands. These are the same fuckers that can't deal with a wooden fucking door. We all fucking know that even 6 foot of soil would prevent these cunt waffles from rising up, but literal inches of stone is now something they can just pop right through. Fuck off. Either way, all of the people in the crypt are now running for their lives, but none of the main characters in the crypt die, so whatever. We then cut back to the Ironborn, who are once again dealing with a lot less of the zombies than they fucking should be, but whatever. I guess it was worth it for the fucking visual, right? Bran is still with the crows, apparently. Bran, what the fuck are you doing? They keep showing shots of him doing something, but it's not doing it. What the fuck are you doing? You could actually help by walking into something useful, or hell, sending messages to Dany and Jon as to where the fucking Night King is, since you apparently have a GPS on him too. Seriously, what the fuck are you doing? We then cut back to Jon, and suddenly there's a selection of zombies in front of him, but none behind him somehow. Literally, the landscape has completely changed between cuts. Again, fuck you. Before he gets murdered for the 10th time, Daenerys then burns the zombies so that he has a clear path to chase the Night King. Alright, that makes enough sense, whatever, go for it. But I have to ask, are these fuckers just hanging out? Is this the zombie B team? Or are they just extras with no fucking purpose? Either way, Daenerys fucking Targaryen, for some stupid goddamn fucking nonsense idiotic reason, chooses not only to not pick Jon up, and take him there herself. Not only to not fly away and give him cover over the castle, not only to not fly away in general, not only to not fire breathe with her dragon at all, she decides to fucking sit there like some kind of cock salad staring into the distance for no fucking reason at all, and the army of zombies just climb all over Drogon. That fucking useless piece of shit protagonist just fed her dragon to a bunch of zombies for no fucking reason. And then she gets thrown off the dragon and it leaves without her. I am not fucking joking about this. She falls into the battlefield without a weapon, surrounded by thousands of zombies. Maybe wearing some armor would have helped you during this war instead of this ridiculously fancy bullshit you wear. No, am I kidding? Armor doesn't do fuck all. What in the world will she do, guys? What in the world can she do? She's dead. Oh wait, before a zombie strikes the killing blow, Jorah fucking Mormont saves her. He's literally behind her, for fuck's sake. She was facing the castle and he was behind her. He would have had to have traveled like a mile outside of the castle, past the army of zombies, to get behind Daenerys to then prep this miraculous save well before she even landed. Why the fuck would he do any of that? Because he looked up and heard a sound? Where the fuck did you materialize from? What the fuck is happening? Nobody's allowed to fucking die in this episode. Jesus. Speaking of which, Gendry then gets covered in like 7 zombies and he's surely dead, but we cut away before that happens, so he's fine. Tormund then gets covered in about 7 zombies and he's surely dead, but we cut away before that happens, so he's fine. Sam then gets covered in about 7 zombies and he's surely dead, but we cut away before that happens, so he's fine. And when it comes to Sam, we get what I would call a kill shot, where a zombie goes right up to his face and he screams, so he's surely dead, right? Nah, he's fine still, probably. Brienne, Jaime, and Pod are once again covered in like 7 zombies each, and they are all surely dead, but we cut away before that happens, so I'm sure they're fine. And then, I shit you not, Jon is chased by a huge amount of zombies, only for him to just close a random fucking gate that stops all of them. Gee, maybe we should outfit the fucking castle with those if they're that effective. Fuck you. We then get the funniest fucking wide shot where Jorah is defending Daenerys and 5, count 'em, 5 zombies charge towards her, and just before we see what happens, they cut the fuck away. Good fucking god, fuck you show. How many times are you gonna pull this retarded trick out of your fucking ass? You can't keep baiting the audience with this shit over and over and over again. This is fucking ridiculous. Speaking of that, we again cut to Brienne and Jaime and Pod being surrounded. Again. You literally fucking see zombies hugging them, for fuck's sake. Same goes for Gendry and Tormund. Look at this bullshit. All 5 of you are fucking dead and you know it. What the fuck is happening? The plot armor is so fucking thick the zombies can't actually do anything here, and it's actually depressing. Jon then battles the fucking zombie dragon one-on-one, and as the dragon takes a shot at him with the fire breath, the same fire breath that punctured Winterfell and broke a fucking chasm into the goddamn wall, Jon hides behind a rock. A fucking rock. And the fire doesn't even scratch him. Fuck you, you piece of shit TV show. Cause and effect aren't concepts to you fuckers anymore. And on top of that, Jon decides to stand up, face the dragon, and shout at it. I shit you not, he stands there autistically screeching at the fucking thing. What the fuck are you doing, you absolute cabbage? Stab the fucker or run away. Shouting at a dragon isn't gonna do shit. Jesus Christ. We then get more fucking shots of Jaime, Pod, Brienne, Tormund, and Gendry getting surrounded again, because fuck it, they ran out of film for other things. So that means we can just show them infinitely hugging the fucking zombies, right? I mean, what the fuck else was the editor supposed to do? Can you imagine how fucking stupid they must have felt while filming this? All of the zombies are surrounding them on all ends and nothing comes of it. Like, look at this. Brienne is screaming while a zombie is doing God knows what. How is she not dead? And oh, and fucking then, we cut to Sam on his own, crying in the middle of the battlefield, with no zombies trying to hurt him whatsoever. What the fuck? What is happening anymore? Wasn't someone eating your face? I am literally watching 2 shows at the same time and it keeps cutting between them apparently. Like, what the fuck is continuity? So Theon and Bran are surrounded by whites and white walkers, and thus the character we have known since season 1 achieves his much needed redemption by awkwardly waltzing into the Night King with a spear. He then gets sidestepped and the Night King stabs him with the wooden end of the fucking broken spear, because again, armor doesn't actually do anything in this show. show. Speaking of which, Jorah is randomly stabbed with a wildling blade right through his fucking plate armor into his heart. Do you guys remember how they sort of fucking cared that plate armor served a purpose, and it was this very same character that defeated his foe in season 1 by relying on the armor to prevent damage? Well, fuck that, because armor doesn't fucking work in this show, and now another season 1 character is just casually dead for it. Like, you literally have people surrounded in zombies who don't die, and then you have people taking a blunt fucking knife to the heart through plate armor. Fuck you. So then we come to the end of the episode. Bran is finally about to be murdered by the Night King, but something happens. Some fucking miracle happens. Arya fucking Stark appears out of goddamn literal thin air to try and backstab the Night King. He catches her, but she plays a knife trick and gets the kill anyway. This destroys the entire undead army. Arya Stark just killed every fucking member of the undead in one knife attack. It is over. What in the holiest of fucks? What the hell does Arya have to do with the White Walkers? Since when does her plotline even have a hint of White Walkers? She discovered what they were for real like an episode ago. And when Melisandre said that she would shut blue eyes, she was referring to human eyes, not fucking Night King eyes. You fucking donkeys. You didn't even let Jon get involved in the Night King's death. You didn't make it a team effort either. It all goes to Arya fucking Stark. The whole show goes to Arya fucking Stark. And to be clear, I'm a big fan of Arya Stark, and I'm absolutely okay with her having a hand in the death of the Night King, but not like this. Folks are claiming that it makes sense because Arya is a sneaky assassin and she learned that shit for years. You fuckers do realize that she, not half an hour ago, was doing sneaky shit, and even the Whites found her, right? They can hear drops of fucking blood, for God's sake. She sprints away from them in fear. She ain't that fucking sneaky, mate. And now you're telling me that she can get the drop on 100 of them? Fuck off. In fact, she's kind of shit at this point in the episode, considering everything. So how the fuck did she manage to literally phase past ring after ring of dead people surrounding the area? Where the fuck are you coming from in this shot? How the fuck is this even possible? Where the fuck? What is this? What are you doing, Arya? But fuck all of that. Something else needs to be said. Do you realize what you have done? What you just did? You fucking worthless writers. You just destroyed root and stem what the entire fucking point of this fucking show was. We survived season 4 episode 10's complete Tyrion fuck up. We survived season 5's Dawn plot. Now fuck it, we'll just say we survived season 5 as a whole. We survived season 6's complete waste of the Blackfish. We even survived season 7's insane teleporting characters and absolute obliteration of Littlefinger and Cold Hands, not to mention the zombie fucking polar bear. And we did it because we always knew that the show as a whole still had some fucking life left, still had a chance to really prove itself to be worthwhile. It still had a legacy, to have something to say about humanity and to make all the death, betrayal, and utter madness come to a fucking point. That death trumps everything, that we all need to help each other overcome it. We need to put aside our petty squabbles of who should have more power, who should punish whom, who deserves, who has the rights. We put it all the fuck aside because we fundamentally need to preserve life. We can't even complain about those things without being alive in the first place. We want to live for the moments that cannot come from a divided, greedy, prideful, envious, sadistic, naive, lustful, warmongering nation. The Game of Thrones was never the point. It was life versus death. It was a show of perspective, to get so invested in all of the politics, deals, and betrayal, and to get so caught up in every decision that each house made, pushing one above the other, only to realize that no fucking banner matters. No allegiance matters. Your team was chosen for you. Life against death. Something that everyone values. And those who stood against that, they were the ones that would be punished. And so as a result, the Game of Thrones would become a distant fucking memory by comparison to what is important and what we're supposed to cherish. But now, Cersei is the final fucking boss of Game of Thrones. The throne is number 1 as a priority. Fuck the enemy faction that has been built from the first scene of this pissant show. Fuck how intelligent the White Walkers seem, or how they planned all of this out, or what they were doing with the babies, or what their goals were beyond Bran, or why they spared Sam in season 2. Fuck all of it. It doesn't fucking matter. The White Walkers were less effective than Joffrey was when it comes to the effect on the world as a whole. They didn't get past Winterfell. Essos aren't even aware they exist. Cersei can laugh at them as a joke because they were beaten by one fight. The White Walkers is literally a fairy tale. Who cares about them? They were crap. They were less fucking effective than Walder fucking Frey. The Night King was just evil for the sake of it. He was no less human than we are. The petty fucker wanted to kill Bran himself instead of staying behind enemy lines. He's smirking, making human mistakes. He's got vanity, pride, he's got incompetence written all over him. These guys are supposed to transcend that, you fucking idiots. Why the fuck did the Night King even go? His men could have kept raising the dead, and they could have killed Bran themselves, and his dragon can clearly function on autopilot. What the fuck was the point in risking yourself in any way, shape, or form? What even was the fucking motivation to kill Bran exactly? That he has a good memory? Are you fucking kidding me? If it was that Bran could see the future, then not only was that piss poorly translated, but he didn't really put that power to good use, did he? Maybe you could have told the team about some siege tactics, Bran, or, you know, told Arya to just fuck off to the wall in advance and kill the Night King herself so we don't have to put up with all this fucking bullshit. But fuck it, Cersei was right. Only the throne matters. Let's all squabble over who gets to sit on the fucking chair. Fuck you. The Night King is gone. A song of ice and fire without the fucking ice. I genuinely feel like any tactician would have a fucking aneurysm watching this episode. You had the greatest archers of Westeros off the wall and in the fucking Godswood. You had the most elite fighting units in the world defending a retreat being attacked on all sides instead of being behind the fucking walls or your trench. Your front fucking line was a set of trebuchets. You didn't have the fucking king in the north on the ground with his men. You only brought a fucking jar full of arrows per archer for your last line of defense. Is there a reason why Theon didn't have a fucking sword, a weapon he's supposed to be extremely skilled with? Is there a reason why Bran knows Theon will die and does nothing to prevent it? Fucking asshole could have saved everyone by having himself alone in the Godswood and Arya sitting in a bush ready to fucking nuke the Night King the second he shows up. Why the fuck was everyone outside the castle walls to begin with? Where the fuck was Ghost for the whole episode? We know he's not dead, but you fucking forgot him after the initial suicide run. What the fuck are you guys doing? And seriously, what the fuck were you doing with your fucking cavalry, you stupid cunts? The Dothraki and the Unsullied have been wiped from the fucking show. Then again, I'm sure they will be fully restocked next episode because writing is subjective. It's actually hilarious that those factions were huge contributions from the Dragon Queen herself when she's the entire reason they managed to break down the wall in the first place. Also, rip House Mormont, and thanks for fucking up Jorah's death with the most nonsensical writing going. You get Dany falling asleep at the wheel, Jorah teleporting like he's using fucking fast travel, and then he only has to take on a few undead at a time as opposed to the expected thousands, yet that still gets him killed because his armor is made of jelly, and Drogon just pops up the second he's fucking dead. You useless lizard. Thanks for taking one of my favorite characters and giving him the most suitable death imaginable that's facilitated by the most retarded writing in history. I really appreciate it. Arya Stark's story now has this weird branch where she crosses over with a plot line that she has bugger all to do with. Like, Arya randomly decides she has the power and ability to win this fucking war because what? A random lady repeated back to her the line she's lived by for years? Okay. This was not Arya's moment. This is akin to watching Jon fucking Snow stab Cersei in the back. Whether the logistics make sense and whether or not she was even capable is not what I'm talking about here. Thematically, what the fuck is her through line to end up here? Where is the satisfaction that Arya defeats the entire fucking undead army? It's like watching Tyrion behead Lord Karstark or having Daenerys fight the Mountain in a one-on-one. What the hell are you doing? You've fucked up, lads. The Hound, Tormund, Gendry, Brienne, Jaime, Pod, Sam, Grey Worm, despite being swamped with zombies, are all fucking fine. Because this episode apparently forgot what fucking show it was in. Jon Snow basically had his entire character swept from under him too. Every time he makes a decision, it's in favor of the living. He never gave two fucking shits about the throne. He wanted to see the Night King destroyed and the world of men brought back together. You have this moment where he chooses to leave all of the people he loves behind to pursue the Night King, that he cannot and will not put one life over everyone else's lives because this is the moment he has to come through. And what? He can't because a dragon got in the way. And now it's done. While he was reeing at the dragon, Arya took care of his job for him. What the fuck is he gonna do now? What the fuck was he brought back from the fucking dead for? Someone did his job for him and all that's left is Cersei. Azor Ahai is a fucking joke. Stannis was a petty idiot. Incredible epic tales of giant spiders, monsters to the north, prophecies and riddles linked in with flashes of the past and future along with countless characters created for this one story to eventually unfold are fucking worthless. What a great middle finger to every single scene that builds any of that in the entire fucking series. Thanks for letting me know my investment was worth fucking nothing. Fuck you. This was Jon's fucking episode and he's either fucking something up or failing to get something done. He doesn't even know what happened. He probably thinks his screeching actually killed the dragon. What a waste. Well fucking played, man. I'm gonna love these next 3 episodes. I just can't believe they fucking snoked the Night King. Rian Johnson must have had a writing credit in here somewhere. And what the fuck is this moment? Like Sam is just lying down on the fucking floor and stabbing a dude he's resting on? Get the fuck up, you useless twat. You spend the whole episode crying your fucking eyes out. You are not Sam the fucking Slayer. What was the implication that Tyrion and Sansa were going to commit suicide, but then they don't? And then we see Tyrion just walking around at one point to confirm they didn't kill themselves? Lol. What the fuck were you doing this whole time, Bran? You were warging for like 40 minutes. What did you do? And what in the holy hell was the amount of fake out deaths? Game of Thrones is not supposed to do that shit. Was there strong acting, a strong soundtrack, and some great cinematography? Sure. But who the fuck cares when the majority of watchers are complaining that everything was too fucking dark and it only amounts to sprinkling fucking sugar on a turd? You still end up with the worst fucking episode in this entire series, and that's saying a lot. I am so fucking glad that the greatest character, Tywin motherfucking Lannister, is long dead, because he would never let something so fucking stupid happen. He would be spinning in his grave if he knew about the tactical diarrhea that spewed from the combined minds of some of the most intelligent, battle-hardened characters in this entire series. This is a show that was designed to buck the trends, to pierce the tropes and show us something new. But now it has devolved into a gelatinous fucking blob of disappointment and embarrassment. You have become the very thing you swore to fucking destroy. Fuck you for writing such an extremely piss-poor episode of television, and absolutely fuck you for gutting the entire point of Game of Thrones from its core while damaging several of the major characters to get your crappy fanfiction on screen. It's so good to know that the idea of no matter what our politics are, we need to cooperate is thrown out the fucking window in favor of a message that no matter what the problem is, an assassin can solve it. There was no respect for the show you're a part of and no respect for your fucking selves. Just fuck off. Speaking to Entertainment Weekly, Maisie Williams explained that she didn't know it was her character Arya Stark who was going to kill the Night King until the table read. Also, because she was in the dark about it until then, everyone acted weird toward her. However, when she finally read it for the first time, she was conflicted. It was so unbelievably exciting, Williams told Entertainment Weekly, but I immediately thought that everybody would hate it, that Arya doesn't deserve it. The hardest thing in any series is when you build up a villain that's so impossible to defeat and then you defeat them. It has to be intelligently done, because otherwise people are like, well, the villain couldn't have been that bad when some 45-kilogram girl comes in and stabs him. You gotta make it cool. And then I told my boyfriend and he was like, should be Jon though, really, shouldn't it?
How does it feel to have lived long enough to see all of your favorite franchises go down in flames?
Feels great.